Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Gabe, TRACKGABE, and we're going to go over the card in 10 minutes or less. All meat, baby. No bun. Anyway, here we go. First race, the number 4 Party On Girl, the favorite with JJ. Absolutely looks like the horse to beat in this race. But I also think the number 2, 10 to 1 morning line, Ragtime Rose, has a big shot as well. This horse has some back class, Jeff Mullins, Hector Barrios, a good combination right there. I really think this race will likely be won by either the 4 or the 2. Obviously, when you see Flavian Pratt on a horse, you got to give it a second look. So number 10, Asada Fries, is a mild contender, but I really think this race is probably going to be won by the 4. If not, the 2 is a major contender as well, and I like the odds on the 2. Second race, don't even think more than 5 seconds on this race because the 3 will win. Baffert, Pratt, goodbye. Race 3. Now, this is a good race because it looks like it's top heavy. The 4 and the 8 look like the major contenders in this race, the 2 favorites. I will say, though, number 7, Spearfish. This horse was well meant, and I think this horse hasn't seen its best. Hector Barrios steps on. There's going to be a theme here with me liking Hector Barrios horses today. I think Spearfish is a decent long shot at 20 to 1. Obviously, the 8's going to be very tough to beat, but the 8 has had many chances and has not succeeded. So that might make the 4 the winner in this race with the underrated Diego Herrera. As you see, Mark Glad has both horses. So this is, this is one of those races where it could be as easy as 4-8, having 5 lengths in front of the rest of the field, and these 2 barn mates who know each other running with each other. Now, if you want a sneaky horse in here, it might be the 6 Durango. I would look at the odds, I'd look at the paddock. Spoli's on it, first time Lasix. Very rare for a horse to, very rare for Hess to bring a horse like this over here. It had one race, beat 16 horses. I think it ran against 17 horses, something like that. But anyway, that horse is a sneaky horse as well. So I like the 8, 4, 6, 7 in here. Seven's for long shot. Uh, 6 is the sneaky horse, and 4 and 8 are the obvious horses. Race number 4. My friend owns number 4 brazenly, so I'm going to be sentimentally rooting for this horse. But I like the number 3, Pony Express. And let me tell you why. It seems like there's been a speed bias on the racetrack. And this horse seems like the controlling speed. So I'm really thinking it might be as simple as that. I also think the 5 horse Ready to Pounce should show some speed as well. And that might be a horse to look for as well. Lavis Candy is another horse that could show speed. Remember, you got to be close to the lead if you want to have a chance in these mile dirt races. 86% of them have been won by horses either on the lead or right off of it. So that's what I'm thinking in that race. Race number 5. I love the number 6 horse, Zona Verde, in here with Philip D'Amato. This horse has been knocking on the door. I really think this horse is sitting on a very good mount. Philip D'Amato wins a lot of turf races here. JJ wins a lot of races here. Source very consistent, major contender. Obviously, the 11 is another major contender as well. The source is coming from Saratoga. The source is pretty tough. Pratt's on it. Whenever you see Pratt, you know what to do. So I really think the 6 and 11 is probably the one of those two will win. The one has got speed, but is going to have to really rely on the brake. If this one doesn't break very good, it could be trouble. But I'm really going with 611 in here. Maybe the 10 Golden Canaries got a outside shot as well. I think with Johnny V, who's going to be here this weekend, all weekend. But nonetheless, Zona Verde is definitely going to be a win and place bet for me, and a horse that I'll be betting in exacta boxes as well. Race 6. I like the 7 horse. You decide. 15 to 1 morning line. Yes. 15 to 1 morning line, my top pick in this race. If you look at this horse, the horse has got some really good workouts to look at. And I love the steady work pattern. This horse has had 7 days in between workouts, for almost 2 months. That means this horse is ready to go, hasn't missed a beat. The routine's been there. I like the 7. You decide a lot. I think the 8 might be overlooked a little bit. Razzleberry Rose ran a big race last time with my boy Tiago Pereira and my other boy Steve Knapp. This horse might be overlooked. Sometimes we overthink things and think, a horse like this might not, be good enough to win, but somebody else will step up and beat him. But you know what? I think the 8 might show some good value, and the 8 should be in the money if you're betting trifectas or show bets or something like that. Eight's probably a good show bet. Obviously, the number 5 with Doug O'Neill and Edwin is a major contender. I'm not in love with the value of that horse, but the horse could win. The 10 and the 4 are another couple of horses in here that got a shot. I'm just letting you know the horses that are contenders. But I really like number 7. You decide 15-1 morning line. Definitely will be trying to hit a pick 3 or double with this horse so we could get some decent payouts. Now, race 7. I do not like anybody in this race. Let me tell you this. I think this is a tough race. I don't have any strong opinion. I can't really tell you anything. I might go all on a pick 3 or something. I don't know what I'm doing in here. So let's just skip this race because I really don't have any strong opinion. Now, race 8, I have my best bet of the day in this race, and this is number 11, Big Invasion. Flavian Pratt. That should be enough reason to give you the description of why I like this horse. But number 11, Big Invasion. This horse is coming from back east, and I think has been running against much, much better. This field is not that strong. I'm a sentimental fan of Johnny Padres. Johnny Padres wins. I will be in the winner's circle with my friend Labrado. But let me just tell you that Johnny Padres has the rail. He's going to have to find a trip. We'll need some racing luck. First Piece is an obvious contender with one of the better trainers, Mark Glatt, and Mike Smith, Hall of Famer. Uh, this race could be a little top heavy. There might be a long shot in here, maybe Two Rivers Over, number 4, maybe could step up. Maybe Air Force Red could step up, going from route to 6.5. Fast Buck's got a lot of speed, but I really think Big Evasion number 11 is a major, major, major contender. Best bet of the day. I think we're going to overthink this. If this horse gets the trip, he's got a nice outside post, gives Pratt many options. I love the outside post here. And Pratt's pro at this down the hill. So I like number 11, Big Evasion. Race 9. I think Baffert's going to win this race. And I don't think it's the number 1. I think it's going to be between 3 and 5. I'm going to just go 3 and 5 and move on in this race because that I think the speed is dominant at this track right now, and these two horses should be on the lead. And I don't think they're going to kill each other off. Pratt and JJ, two very smart tactical jockeys. I think they're going to not go too fast early. They're not going to go like 22, 3, 45 and kill each other off and set it up for Senior Buscador. I don't think. But I do think the race is between 3 and 5. Senior Buscador, if he could, he's got it. He's got a tough task because Speed's been doing so good, and he's a dead closer. He's got Joseph Talamo. I don't know what's going on with that decision, but nonetheless, I really think the race will be won by Baffert. As we're getting into the last minute of this 10 minutes or less track talk with Track Gabe, this last race, Johannes is obviously the major contender in here. You cannot overlook this horse. This is a big, beautiful horse. I love this horse. But I also think there's a long shot in here that you can't overlook, and that's number 5, Easter. Easter had the 11 post 2 back last time. Didn't ever never looked happy in its last race. If you could forgive the source for its last 2 races, this is a major contender. If this horse gets the trip, I think it will, and it could avoid trouble. Should get a good ride by Frizu. I think Easter could possibly win. If not, at least run second in here and give us a nice exacta box. because I'm definitely going 3-5 exacta box. Other contenders in here are number 6 Kritrari with Johnny V, and also the one big or du jour. I don't know if the one is gonna win this race. I think du jour could probably hit the board, and I know du jour likes a mile more than a mile and an eighth. So you have that in store. But like always, it's always the trip. Johannes will be over bet. Johannes will probably be like 3-5. And I don't think he deserves to be 3-5. But I mean, he's obviously the major contender, but this race came up pretty tough. De Jure is a very good horse. The 6 is up and comer. Astronomer's a good horse, number 7 at 20-1, very accomplished horse. So we have Johannes has a tough task for being such a short price, but he's probably up to the task because he's a really really nice horse. But I'm definitely doing a 3-5 exact box in this race, and so nonetheless, thank you very much for listening. We went a little over today, but we're new to this seminar thing, so you could give me a little bit of a break on that, right? All right, everybody. And if you're listening still, if you're ever in the Santa Anita area, go to Clearman's Galley. My boy Juan Arrieta will take care of you. He's a really good guy. And if you're ever at Santa Anita, say hello to me. I'm usually in the paddock. Today's California Crown Day. I always want to say Chrome. Today's California Crown Day, and I'll be there at the track. Follow me on Twitter at TrackGabe or go to Live and Breathe Horse Racing. Nonetheless, thank you very much for your time.